go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Good evening, everybody. What's up and what's good? And welcome to AllAboutSports216, Cleveland Browns pregame show in the evening with your man Keith Allen on this Saturday evening. I'm doing this Saturday evening because I'm going to be honest. Sunday morning, I will probably be asleep. Just telling you all, to be honest, I will probably be snoozing on Sunday morning and everything. Even though the Browns do play. They do play this Sunday morning. I won't be up at an hour or so before the game. That won't happen at all. That won't happen at all. That definitely won't happen at all. But what's up and what's good, everybody, on this Saturday evening? Because I was watching Ohio State. Now, Ohio State was winning 14-3. Somebody fill me in on the score or whatnot if you can. But Ohio State was winning 14-3 the last time I checked when I left and came away to the computer desk and all and stuff. But got a lot to talk about really with the Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. And they're playing in England tomorrow. They'll be playing in England at 9:30 in the morning. Very early on a Sunday morning. They'll be playing in England. The Cleveland Browns are 1-3 after getting dismantled by the Detroit Lions 34-10. Which in a game, really, the defense didn't play as bad as it looked. But what's going on, Mike? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? But the offense continues to give the ball away. Special teams continue to allow big plays by the other team, big returns or whatnot, block kicks, whatnot, special teams. And really, that was the Browns doing. Really, because the defense played well, but you keep putting the defense in short fields or whatnot, you're going to have problems in the NFL. You're going to have problems. And it's like, what? What's up, Rob and Mike? 38-9. What's up, Rob? 38-9. But like I said, and I actually honestly think the Browns got a shot tomorrow morning. I may be one of the few, but I actually think the Browns got a shot. Hey, I said it with Green Bay. Now, I didn't say the Browns was going to win, but I said if the Browns was close late, anything can happen. If they don't turn the ball over, if they don't do no goofy stuff on special teams, the Browns have a shot. A legitimate shot. They got a shot tomorrow. They got a shot tomorrow. Oh, man. They got a shot tomorrow and everything. So I'm going to go to some keys of the game real quick and everything. But first, Let me give you a word from my sponsor real quick. Anointed Angel Apparel, where faith, family, and fashion come together. From stylish t-shirts and cozy sweatshirts to dazzling bling rhinestone shirts that shine with purpose, we design every piece with God at the center. But we don't just stop there. Discover personalized tumblers, beautiful photo slates, custom engraving, and even UV 3D textured home decor items that make your house a home. In every design, Anointed Angel Apparel carries a message of hope, faith, and love. Because we're more than just a brand, we're a family business devoted to lifting up the name of Jesus. Shop with us today and wear your faith boldly. Anointed Angel Apparel, where your testimony becomes your style. Email anointedangel.apparel.com for a custom consultation. I'm back. And now, real quick, we're going to get to some keys of the game because I'm not going to be on here long and everything. We're going to get to some keys of the game real quick and everything. Far as from the defensive side, I'm going to go defense first. Defense deserves to go first. Defense definitely deserves to go first because they've been playing the best and everything. They've been doing the damn thing out there. Unfortunately, we don't have much to show for it with the offense. But defense. Defense tried to stop the running game. Otherwise, try to contain Jordan Mason, who has 271 rushing yards for the Vikings. Going to try to stop the running game. There's no, I got the guy on fantasy. Oh my God, what is his name? Something Jones. I got him on my fantasy team and everything, but he's out. So you got to try to stop the running game. Number 2, since Minnesota has 3 offensive linemen that are out, three starting offensive linemen that are out, I expect our defensive line to dominate their offensive line, which means point number 2, pressure Carson Wentz relentlessly. Pressure him relentlessly and control the line of scrimmage. If you do that, I guarantee you the Browns will be in it at the end. Number 3, communication in the defensive backfield is crucial. No communicated defensive errors because, be honest, Minnesota got some guys that can burn you. And Justin Jefferson and Addison, one great receiver and one really good receiver. So communication in the defensive backfield is a must. Number 4, no mental lapses. Otherwise, no offside penalties, no pre-snap penalties on defense. Please, none. No pre-snap penalties on defense. And no mental mistakes. No mental mistakes. This team doesn't need our help. No mental mistakes and things. And then number 5, defense. You got Carson Wentz as the QB. Force some turnovers. Carson Wentz is prone to turning the ball over because there will be times when he tries to do too much. So force some turnovers so Dylan Gabriel and them can have a short field to play with against that Minnesota defense. Because that Minnesota defense ain't no joke. But our defense ain't no joke either. Force some turnovers, Cleveland Browns. Win the turnover battle for a change. Because we haven't won the turnover battle all year and everything. And really, that ain't on the defense. Because the defense done got a turnover the last 2 weeks. But we need more. We need more. Now, I'm going to flip over to the other side with the offensive keys to the game. Here we go. Get Quinshon Judkins established. Establish the running game. Get the running game going. That will be Dylan Gabriel's best friend, the running game. Because if you can't get the running game going, we ain't got nothing coming in the passing game. That's real stuff. 2, more vertical downfield passing. I would say this normally with Joe Flacco, but if we can get the running game going, we can take some shots vertically deep. We can take some shots. 3, try to cut down on the mental mistakes. Pre-snap penalties. Being lined up in formation. I haven't seen that penalty as much this year like they was calling it last year, but pre-snap penalties, lining up off sides or whatnot and stuff. Can't have none of that against that Minnesota defense, against Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator. 4, I say it, I've been saying it for 2 years, and I'll say it again, no damn turnovers. We cannot turn the ball over and allow Minnesota to get the ball on short fields. That was the detriment against Detroit. 3 turnovers. No damn turnovers. And last, number 5 for the offense, the receivers have to help Dylan Gabriel out by catching the ball. Had a few too many drops against Detroit. Jared Jeudy. Few too many drops. And you're the number 1, my guy. You're the number 1. I think they should get you involved early and often. So you're here to be in the game for real, for real. I think they definitely should get you involved early and often. The more early and often get you involved, the more, the better off we'll be and everything. Plus, I want to see some out of Isaiah Bond because he'll be playing a lot since Cedric Tillman is on IR. I want to see some more of Jamari Thrash. He looked good in the preseason. And Dylan Gabriel had a connection with Jamari Thrash in the preseason. So I'm looking forward to that. Actually, today, as I'm back, I'm actually excited to see Dylan Gabriel start. I'm actually excited. That Viking yes, you're right, Rob. That defense is diabolical. Control them drops, Jared Jeudy. Control them drops. Because I got faith in you, Jared Jeudy. Control them drops. But I'm actually excited to see Dylan Gabriel out there. And it was time for a change. Because Joe Flacco, it was just nasty work and everything. And it was just like a slow death process with Joe Flacco at the quarterback. The 2023 guy that we had, clearly, you seen from the second game on, wasn't coming out the locker room. He was not coming out the locker room this year and everything. But for the Browns, got to control them shots. But I am excited to see Dylan Gabriel. All the rest of the rookies are cooking. Harold Fannin is cooking. Quinshon Judkins is cooking. Dylan Sampson had glimpses in the first game and kind of fell off out of favor. I don't know why. You still got to use him. Dylan Sampson was cooking at one point. On defense, Mason Graham is cooking. Carson Schwarzenegger is cooking. Aiden Huntington and the chances that he's got, he's cooking. So why not the chance right now for Dylan Gabriel to cook? Because I'm actually excited to see where this will be. And plus, you never know. You might find lightning in the bottle. People are saying, you can't start him against Minnesota's defense. You can't start him against this defense. There is no right time to start nobody in the NFL. You're going up against probably good defenses in about 12 of the 17 teams that you play. So, hey, it's time to get the Dylan Gabriel machine rolling. And this is on Kevin Stefanski right here, because this is his guy. He's the super processor, the computer guy, the human computer. So this is on Kevin and everything. We'll see what Dylan Gabriel got and everything. I don't expect him to light it up. But I do expect him in the games that he's going to be playing from here on out. Even the first two games is kind of formidable if you're going against Minnesota's defense this week. Then next week, you head into Pittsburgh and face the Steelers in Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough task too. But I'm quite sure Dylan Gabriel is up for the task. I'm quite sure he's up for the task, and I'm quite sure, and I hope Kevin Stefanski has prepared this dude to play. Unlike that he's done in past with DTR. So I hope he has this dude ready and prepared for what he's going up against tomorrow and next Sunday and everything. Because like I said, this will be on Kevin and everything. This will definitely be on Kevin. And for all the Shedeur people, Shedeur is really one snap away. One snap away to getting on that field. For real, for now. He won't get on the field tomorrow unless somebody gets hurt or whatever like that, because he's the emergency quarterback tomorrow. He won't get on the field tomorrow. But Shedeur Sanders' time is coming sooner than later. Trust and believe. It is coming sooner than later. For real. But I'm excited to see what Dylan can do. I'm really excited to see what he can do and everything. You know, because if he was about 4 inches taller, he probably would have been the first pick in the draft. One of the first picks. But he's 4 inches shorter at 5'11". So we'll see what happens and everything. We'll definitely see what happens and stuff. Now, speaking of Shedeur and everything, as people have been, the national media and our media, been raising hell and stuff about him. Let's see, when he said that he feels that he's better than other quarterbacks that haven't been playing well in the league and stuff like that. And then, of course, Rex Ryan goes in and gives everybody his 2 cents on Shedeur not paying attention, implying that he's not paying attention, implying that he's not sitting in the front in the classroom. But pictures come out. Guess who's sitting in the front of the class? Shedeur. But I'm going to tell you this. And this is my opinion for all this, for the national media, local media, that keep trying to pin the tail on Shedeur Sanders. For real. It's all of the distraction from the brutal truth about the Cleveland Browns. It's all a distraction about the brutal truth. And I'm going to tell you. The brutal truth is, while they're trying to pin the tail on Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns only score 14 points a game, which is about damn near, if not dead last, very close to dead last in the NFL this year. 14 points a game. And the average is 20. And with the cheat codes, when you can't touch the quarterbacks, you can't touch the receivers, you should be scoring 20. But 14 points a game. 14 points a game, that's a brutal truth. Brutal truth. And who was that on? The coach. Play caller. Who is that? Kevin Stefanski. That's on him. Another brutal truth is, since 2023, in the last game of the Cleveland Browns season when they played the Cincinnati Bengals and they lost. And they lost the playoff game to Houston the following week. Guess what the Cleveland Browns record has been since they lost to Cincinnati? After they beat the Jets and they lost to Cincinnati, the Cleveland Browns record is 4-19. 4-19. Brutal truth. But everybody wants to get on Shedeur Sanders. But the Cleveland Browns record has been 4-19. You count those two losses to go along with the 3-14 season, and to go along with this season so far at 1-3 in the AFC North, which is still attainable, by the way. Still attainable, because if you win this game, they're 2-3, and they're right in the race. Because Cincinnati is going to hell in a handbasket, and Baltimore, I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson is hurt. So the AFC North is still attainable, but let that sink in. The Browns are 4-19 from the last game of 2023 on to the present as I'm speaking now. 4-19, which damn near is bad as 1-31 in a sense. 1-31 in a sense. Who's the head coach? Stefanski. Head coach. Offense, terrible. Offense, terrible. Joe Flacco wouldn't go deep or make bad, baffling decisions when he decided to try to go deep, especially in the Detroit game. But let me ask you all a question. The offense looked it like this last year in the first 7 games, when a familiar guy was the quarterback. Deshaun Watson was the quarterback. The offense looked it just the same. Drab, bad, bad with Deshaun Watson. And guess who the offense looked just alike? Twins. Deshaun and Joe Flacco are twins now because they're both ineffective. They're just the funky lame ass sad. But who's the common denominator? Good old Kevin. Kevin Stefanski. See, they want to blame Shedeur and all this, blame him for this and that, blame him for going to console his kicker and all this in the first game. He had his hat backwards when he went to go console his kicker. Second game. Oh my God. Second game, I don't know. I don't think they came to the point. But the third game after he said he's probably better than the quarterbacks that's not playing well and everything. And you want your quarterback to have confidence. You want your quarterback to have confidence. Then this week, after Rex Ryan basically criticized them and everything and said some false narratives about Shedeur, Shedeur decided when they asked him what he thought of Dylan Gabriel being named the starter, he didn't answer. He just did a mime and everything. Just did a mime. He didn't say nothing because, to me, Shedeur can't win for losing. No matter what he does. No matter what he does. He can't win for losing. But all this Shedeur hate is distracting you from the real issue and problem with the Cleveland Browns. Now, Barry, he might have saved his job with this draft class, to be honest. Because the draft class so far, through the first 4 games, looks pretty formidable. Looks pretty impressive. But Stefanski, 4-19. Let that sink in, Browns fans. 4-19. And this is what everybody hails the 2-time Coach of the Year. But the 2-time Coach of the Year is 4-19 in the last 23 games. Offense. Supposed to be an offensive guru. Supreme play caller. Quarterback whisperer. Offense. 14 points a game. Now, the offensive tackles are bad. But isn't Stefanski and Barry a collaborative effort in the roster formation of this team? Isn't they? Just saying. Isn't there a collaborative effort on the roster? Why didn't you draft a tackle in the third round? Because Dylan Gabriel really wasn't slated to go to about the fifth round, fifth, sixth round. To be honest, he wasn't slated to go to the fifth or sixth round. It seems common sense would have been, well, since DeJuan Jones is injury prone and Conklin, you don't know whether he's going to play or not. But by the way, Conklin did practice yesterday. So there's a good chance that he may play tomorrow. He may play tomorrow. And they did get a reinforcement at left tackle since DeJuan Jones is out for the season. They did acquire left tackle Cam Robinson in a trade with the Houston Texans. So hopefully that works out because I can't take no more of, what's my guy? The tackle number 71. I can't take no more 71 out there. Oh my God. Can't take no more 71. He was just a turnstile for Aiden Hutchinson last week. He was a human turnstile and everything. And by the way, and everything, because I got lost and everything. By the way, I forgot to tell y'all, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at me and everything. If you got anything to say about the Browns as they take on the Vikings tomorrow morning in England. Austin Powers would be out there to throw out the first football. Just kidding. But the chat lines are definitely open. But like I said, couldn't take no more of that guy, number 71. But if Cam Robinson and Conklin start on the offensive line tomorrow, that will be all good for Dylan Gabriel's sake against that Minnesota Vikings defensive pass rush. For real. That will be all good and stuff. But I think the Browns got a chance. Because if the Browns don't turn the ball over on offense and don't do no goofy stuff on special teams by allowing a big kick return or allowing a punt to be blocked, and if they can just get competent quarterback play from Dylan Gabriel. Competent. I ain't saying perfect or whatever, just competent. Competent. If he goes like 15 or 25 for 175 yards and maybe get a score, maybe get a touchdown, and if Quinshon Judkins can run for a touchdown, and if the Browns defense can wreak hell on Carson Wentz, which I see that happening, especially when the Vikings have 3 offensive linemen out, starting offensive linemen out. The Browns could be in this game and could be in position to win it because if they're in it late, you never know what can happen. Green Bay game is living proof. Living proof. They was in it late. Some things happened. A special teams block field goal attempt. And Schmidt kicked a 55-yard field goal. So anything can happen if they're close. But they got to be close. They can't go turning the ball over. They can't go allowing big punt returns on special teams. They can't go allowing big kick returns on special teams. They can't go allowing kicks to be blocked on special teams. But on special teams, they can make a few things happen on the other side. Get a big kick return. Get a big punt return. And probably a punt block or a field goal block or extra point block. Our special teams need to make stuff happen. Plus, I think Jerome Ford will probably be the primary kick returner, to be honest, tomorrow, because I don't want to see him at running back. I don't. But kick returner, Jerome Ford, I'm definitely cool with. I'm definitely cool with. But let me move right along. The keys to the game. Let's see. Let me move right along to the quick picks. Cleveland Browns pregame show quick pick section. Which, got a few games that I'm going to pick too and everything. And plus, I want to bring out the ballers list again if the Browns win tomorrow. I want to bring that list out and stuff. But we're going to go to the quick picks board and everything. And we're going to go to the first game. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. I'm going to go to the first game I got to pick. Washington Commanders at the Los Angeles Chargers. I was all about tempted to say San Diego, but I kept my composure. Kept my composure. Washington Commanders against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are 3-1. The Commanders are Commanders 2-2. I think they're 2-2 if I'm not mistaken. Jalen Daniels will be playing tomorrow. Joe out. Los Angeles Chargers left tackle is out. That will be huge. But nobody's really scared of the Commanders' defense. Nobody's really scared of the Commanders' defense. And the Los Angeles Chargers have one of the better defenses. And like I said, I expected Washington to fall back a little bit this year because Jaden Daniels and nobody was sneaking up on anybody this year. And therefore, I have my quick pick of the day for this game. I have the Los Angeles Chargers winning this game. And I think it'll be 24-17 in favor of the Chargers. They'll be winning 24-17. Next quick pick. Tomorrow will be Tampa Bay going to Seattle. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield and company going to Seattle to face Sam Darnold and company. The class of 2018 draft picks and everything. Tampa Bay is injured. Mike Evans is out. But Emeka Egbuka is a beast. He is a beast. I don't know if Tristan Wirfs is going to play and everything like that. Tampa Bay is like the walking wounded. And I'm going to be honest. I got Seattle winning this game. And here's why. Seattle's defense is all over the field and everything. Tampa Bay had a lot of injuries. And Seattle has the run game where they can keep Baker Mayfield and company on the sideline for this game. I got Seattle winning this game 24-20. Seattle winning 24-20. 20. Which leads me to the next game I'm picking. The Denver Broncos visit the city of brotherly love to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in a highly anticipated matchup. Denver's defense, Sean Payton going against Nick Sirianni. Philadelphia's defense. But the offenses have been off kilter now. Denver offense got well against Cincinnati, but Cincinnati ain't really your quote-unquote good defense. Philadelphia socked it to Tampa Bay in the first half, but Jalen Hurts only had 8 passing yards in the second half. And Saquon Barkley, so far this season, has been grounded. And I'm going to say this in this game. A lot of people think Denver can win this game. I think not. As long as Jalen Carter and them is in the game for Philadelphia on defense, I think they'll make some plays, get some turnovers. And I think this week, Jalen Hurts will make some plays down the field to A.J. Brown. Down the field. And I think Saquon Barkley can actually get loose in this game, could possibly get loose. Even though it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a close game. But I got Philadelphia winning it in Philadelphia style. Close, late at the end, 20-17. Philadelphia got the Eagles on top. Which leads me to this game, and I'm like Chris Bender, who in the hell will I choose? Between the Houston Texans, who are 1-3. They got off the snide with a win last week over the Tennessee Titans. And I don't know who this team is. Should I call them the old Browns and put an orange helmet there too? The Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens 1-3, and they took an ass kicking last week against Kansas City, 37-20 in a game that really was ugly for Baltimore. Baltimore got a lot of people out. They're missing their defensive lineman, Manadiki. He's out for the season. There will be no Lamar Jackson tomorrow due to injury, hamstring injury. So Cooper Rush will be the starting quarterback tomorrow. And he has to face that fierce Houston pass rush with Will Anderson and company. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on a limb and say this. I think this will be a game where this has got to be a game C.J. Stroud has to win. Because you're getting Baltimore, no Lamar Jackson. And I think with Cooper Rush, this will definitely be a Derrick Henry game. And so far, Derrick Henry, besides the first game of the season, has had pedestrian numbers ever since. And fumbles. So I think this game, and I'm going against all my wits and saying this, I think the Houston Texans will pull this one out, and it'll probably be an ugly affair. I think they'll pull it out 20-14 over the Ravens. I feel they will pull this game out over the Baltimore Ravens 20-14. Which leads me to this game, which is the game that's early in the morning. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Cleveland Browns in England. Coffee, Dutch tea, anyone? In England. Minnesota is, I think, what is Minnesota's record? What is Minnesota's record? I think they're 2-2, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're 2-2. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're 2-2. I think they're 2-2. Let me see. Yep, 2-2. Going up against the Cleveland Browns, who are 1-3. In this game, thanks, Mike. What's up with you, Big Mike? How you doing, brother? Long time no see, big brother, and everything. Missed you. Glad you're back on, big dog. Okay, 2-2. Minnesota, good defense. Very good defense. But, with Carson Wentz at the quarterback, they shouldn't be running away from the Browns unless the Browns start turning the ball over on offense and they start allowing goofy stuff on special teams. But if the Browns don't turn the ball over on offense and get some competent quarterback play from rookie Dylan Gabriel, I think the Browns will be in this game at the end. Now, I can't say whether the Browns will win this game. Most definitely, bro, you are missed. You come chime on every time. You, my man Mikey, Mike Coolman, my man Robert Blair, and everybody else that wants to come chat with me and holler at me and everything. Shouts out to y'all and everything, because y'all inspire me to do the show and everything. For real, for real. But like I was saying, if the Browns do not turn the ball over, they have a shot to win this game. Now, whether they win or not, I don't know. But I imagine this game is going to be close. If the Browns don't turn the ball over and allow no goofy stuff on special teams. If the Browns play complimentary football, they will be in this football game at the end, where anything can happen. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Minnesota Vikings 17-13. Unfortunately. And this is a game I hope I am wrong. I sincerely hope I am wrong with my prediction, but I got Minnesota winning this game 17-13. And that rounds out my quick picks. My quick pick says, I'm going to show you my record. My record is 13-12-1 overall. Last week I went 4-1. But my record overall sucks. So I got to get on a good streak and everything. I remember I used to pick these games like it wasn't nothing. My record be way over 500 and everything. And this year, 13-12. My fantasy team taking a stripping. Lamar is hurt. So I got to figure out a solution at my quarterback position. Because I'm in a league where I can play two quarterbacks at the same time. And right now, I'm hurting. No Lamar. No Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones on Minnesota, by the way. No Aaron Jones. I'm going through it. No Cedric Tillman. Almost half my fantasy team is on the IR. Imagine that. Half my fantasy team is on the IR. But that brings me to conclusion of the show today, this evening. I'd like to thank you all who chimed in with the chats and the whatnot, and everybody who's tuned in on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and on Instagram. Like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, and if you haven't already subscribed, if you're watching, period, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. I need as many subscribers as I can get. So come on. Jump in. Also, you can share this video on X, share this video on YouTube, share this video on Facebook, share this video on Instagram if you like and everything. But I'm about to get off of here and everything. I'm about to go back to watch Ohio State and everything, see what they're doing and stuff like that. And everybody have a good night. And hopefully tomorrow morning the Browns can pull it out. And also I forgot. Let's see here. Let's see. I would say that's the wrong one. I'd say about a half hour to an hour after the conclusion of the Cleveland Browns ball game, which will be about anywhere from 1 to 1:30. Win or lose, I'll be doing the AllAboutSports216 Cleveland Browns post-game show, where win or lose, I'll be on. And y'all can chime in, hit me up or whatnot and everything and stuff. And then we can all go about our day. We can all definitely go about our day. You see, I changed the what's name. Well, before I had Joe Flacco and them on the thing. And I got Dylan Gabriel on the thing. And Justin Jefferson, because he rep in Minnesota and stuff like that. But, hey, That's about it. This is your man Keith Allen signing out. Everybody have a good night, have a safe night, and let the Lord wake us all tomorrow morning. This is your man Keith Allen for All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns pregame show, signing out. Peace.
Go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy. Dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game. This is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense. Special team running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go.